This video we're going to create a very simple star topology. So basically we're just going to drag a switch out. We're going to drag a hub out, or a router out I guess. And we're going to drag another router out. And then we're going to drag 4 PCs. And then we're just going to hook the PCs to the router, or to the switch. And then we're going to hook the switch to the router. And then we'll hook. So, with star topology, you basically have it's designed like a star, so you have a central point and then everything connects into that point. So in this case, the center of the star is this router 0, and if we were to create an additional star topology, we could add another switch. Let's actually take this router out so that we have that additional Ethernet slot. Okay, and then we could hook up 4 more computers. Which I will proceed to do. Okay, so this is a very basic star topology. We've designed it, we've set it up. So what we would also have is we'd have an additional out of this router. We'd put in another card that would give us like a serial port, so that we could go out to our ISP, have access to the internet. So the disadvantage of this particular setup is that if this router goes down right here, then this switch and this switch, so these 8 computers no longer have access to the internet. They no longer have access to each other. They no longer have access to any network resources. In most very small businesses, you will see something along the lines of a star topology. They may have a partial mesh topology back at their switches, so they may have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches all interlinked, so that if one switch goes down, all the other switches can still talk. The problem is they generally, a lot of small businesses only have one connection to the internet. They don't have redundant internet connections. So while they have a star topology or a partial mesh or a full mesh topology on their switches, they still have one single point of failure in their router, which really makes it still a star topology. Because if we take the router goes down, the internet goes down, the business ceases to be able to really work or do anything, and then that creates more issues. So that's really how you would design a star topology. And you know, it's very simple, very basic. It is very cheap to implement, because in this case, if we only had 4 computers in a very small company that had 4 or 5 employees, we could have one switch, one router, hook them all together. So the one thing the packet tracer activity does bring up is what happens if we put a hub in instead of a switch. Well, the hub gives us no control over the switch ports, in that you hook up a hub and it just, when PC0, in this case if PC0 here broadcasts a packet, then the hub just transmits it out to PC1, 2, 3. On a switch, PC0 takes and goes ahead and it sends it in. The switch goes, okay, it's looking for, PC3's MAC address. I will forward it to PC3, but not forward it to PC1 and 2. So a switch gives you more control over where the amount of network traffic on your network, the amount of traffic that the computers are creating and receiving from each other. So that is the basis of this video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.